welcome back to Left on Red with me, Julie Haynes.
And me, Brenda Dennehy. Back in London town.
Back in London. So Brenda was home for a couple of days. When was it? Last weekend?
This day last week, yeah. Today's Thursday, so it was this day last week. Flew into Kerry Airport, or the shed I call it. So handy, that place. Like, you're off and on that plane. You're off that plane, seatbelt to seatbelt, in 5 minutes in that place. So I spent, 5 days at home. I met your good self then on Friday in the regional park for a little photo shoot.
Yeah, so we featured on the Evening Echo on Wednesday. So that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great. The photographer was fab, wasn't he?
Oh, so good. And we had such a laugh, didn't we?
Lovely
we were just
man.
laughing.
Lovely man.
He wasn't single though. I asked him, what did he say?
Do you know what? I don't think he actually kind of answered.
I think he was a bit taken back.
And of course he was taken back because you flashed him with your bra.
I was just going to say that. So I was wearing a dress, but it was like a shirt dress and it was all buttoned up and two of my buttons were open. I was after busting out of it. And your man is standing there and God love me, he was too polite to tell me that my bra was on show. So Brenda just stood there, was fucking laughing. I was like, what's wrong with your one?
I couldn't say anything because obviously he was kind of, I think he wanted to say something like, listen, you're like your bra showing there, girl, your nips are out, like, but you were wearing a black sexy bra as well. I don't know, is it worse that like at least you weren't wearing a dirty all white one, you know, those kind of ones. At least it was kind of a sexy enough one, but I think he wanted to say it, but he couldn't.
I think he thought he was shooting my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, when I was standing there in the middle of a park, regional park, 10 o'clock in the morning with my bra out.
Were you happy with the pictures?
Yeah, I was thrilled, were you?
Yeah, apart from him going, I let it out the spot in your chin there, which is actually permanent, but anyway.
Oh, yeah, that was a bit of a kick in the teeth, wasn't it?
Yeah. Thanks a lot, man.
So we were getting our pictures taken, and the photographer came up to us and says, Brenda, there's a spot there on your chin. Will I edit that out for you?
I was there kind of going, what? But anyway, listen, it's a permanent fucking spot. But come here, you couldn't see your scarring or anything like that on your eyes. You look fantastic.
My scar, come here, I was very swollen though, right in the pictures. But look, sure, I was only just kind of home from Turkey as well, like, you know, I have to get my procedures done. So it is what it is now at this stage.
Yeah, but even though when I saw you on Monday, you're looking so much better. There's so much brighter, your eyes and everything.
Yeah, there's a huge difference in my eyes. So at least now the bandages and stuff are off, you know. So
yes.
It's just we're nearly there now with the recovery. But
we
had a ball though. We did.
And what did you do behind the fairy trail?
So, right, as a mom, I can't hold my wheeze anymore. So before the photographer came, I was like, Brenda, you have to go to the toilet. There's no toilets in the regional park. The size of the park, now we couldn't find a toilet, but I did find a fairy trail, which was very quiet at the time. So I walked down there and I went behind a tree.
I think as well, right? I think it's because the outfit as well with the boots, like it was the white boots, the dress, the jacket. You looked like right swanky as if you were nearly off for a job interview, and then going for the wee down. Like I was there going behind the tree or something, but the fairy trail, and I'm actually here as well. I'm looking at poor Damien. We'll have to introduce Damien. Damien's our producer for the evening. Damien Shreen. You'll know Damien from the bingo. So Damien, this is your first podcast with us, and we're on about Julie weeing behind in the fairy trail down in Ballincollig.
Yeah, was that on Wednesday, was it?
It was on Friday. Why did you see someone?
I picked up a wet fairy.
Oh.
I did not.
Well, do you know what, Damien? It's grand for men, isn't it? It's grand for men to go for a week. You can just lap it out. It just comes out. Whereas us women, Julie, we have to like stoop down and all this kind of sort.
Oh, and then we have to shake.
To be fair, when a man needs to have a number one, we have to do that.
Yeah,
not that I've done that already.
No, but
it's all coming out now.
Actually, the newest thing now, I think there's like 70% of German men, they now sit down when they're going to the toilet for a wee.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, did you hear
that over the week?
Yeah. Yes, heard that. But Damien, the thing is, do you know what, for men, you'd be walking down the street in Cork and you'd see some fellas, I've often seen it, and I'm like, God, put that away. Whereas men get away with it, but the woman, you can't be stooping down. And see, the thing is then, do you just keep stooped down if you're caught, or do you get up, Julie? See, this is the thing. What
I couldn't get up. I can't hold it. Like, I just have to keep going, like.
Yeah,
and plus, going back to this man thing, like, if I got with a fella and if I knew he sat down to take a wee, I don't like that. Would you? That's a bit girly, isn't it? What are you doing? Stand the fuck up, boy.
Although I am texting a fella who's half German, we'll fill you in that later on now, but I don't know, would he be doing that kind of thing now?
Oh, I'd have to ask that question. Do sit down, take a wee.
but then as well, you see, you've got all the men then as well who, well, we don't want to be giving too much men a bad name, but Damien, put down the fucking toilet seat. Put it down.
I am house trained. I am actually a house trained.
I'm telling you now, isn't it, Julie? Isn't it? Do you know if you have a fellow over to the gaff, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know when was the last time. No, either of has had that, but it's often been, they'd go to the toilet and you'd be like, that fucker better have that toilet seat down, and then they don't. I'm gone off them then. I'm bad training.
The only cock that was in my house.
I was going to say, how was the cock?
It's the fucking peacock I have hanging up in my sitting room. That I thought was a flamingo. I
meant to ask early on. I was like, I'm going to ask her now how's her cock and see if you'd know. But how is the cock? Do you give it a name?
No, we actually should name it. What can we name the fucking cock?
We'll have to. We'll get the listeners to. Email us in, or we'll put it up on the Instagram page as well and get listeners to email it in. But it is a peacock, isn't it?
It is a peacock. I thought it was a flamingo. I had some girls thinking it was a peasant, but it's actually a fucking peacock. So that's
pheasant.
It's not a peasant.
But come here. I said to you, I was like, where is she going? But it is beautiful. It is stunning. But I was like, she's like Alan Titchmarsh or something. No, at the garden. I was like, you'll be gardening next. You'll be out doing the flowers. You'll be up at, is it Hanley's or the Kinsale Road Roundabout working with them next? I mean, Christ. Paintings. But it is
my first piece of art ever ever bought. Yeah.
No, I'll take you to the Louvre in Paris when we go for my birthday. I'll go in and I'll buy you the tour for a day out. You'll be delighted with that. See the Mona Lisa, no?
I could just imagine the two of us over there.
So bored. God. But I have a confession to make as well on the whole weeing thing. So I think you're like me as well. When I'm driving, I drink, like you see here when I'm drinking the 2 litres of water. I'm like a race horse going for the wee. I'm like a race horse. I don't get why all these women are so fucking long inside the toilet. Hurry the fuck up. Now, I don't get it. I'm in and out. I know they might be, we'll say if it's a night out, I know I might be getting sick. But like, just regularly, just get it out. What's the fucking delay? I'm in and out. I'm the fastest we are going. But my thing is usually, no, I did the Cardiac Hill steps in Killarney, and there's usually there's a bit of a stop there, all right. But I got away with it behind a bit of a ditch, so that was fine. But my thing then is when I'm driving, do you ever do this, right? Do you know if you pull over on the side of the road, right? But do you do this? You've got the front door and the back door, and you pull them out and you go between. Do you do that?
Yeah, I actually done it a while ago for one of the kids.
I see, this is it. It's a game changer. But then, obviously, if you do it, I do it. Obviously, when everyone sees me doing it in the car or whatever, when I was at home, they obviously know your one's going for a piss on the side of the road.
It's so fucking obvious, like, isn't it?
You know?
But when you have to go, you have to go. Like,
that's it, yeah. At least men then as well, they can do it in a bottle and all that kind of stuff, so it's fine. But us women have to get the whole gadget out, like, the whole thing.
The whole thing, dress up or jeans down, and then...
That's it. If you leave just wearing your dress, you're all right. But then, it's the other bits, is the pants going down and everything. Yeah, but Damien, we're sorry now about... that's the first little bit of introduction of this female podcast. We're sorry about that.
What have I let myself in for?
We're sorry about that.
What have I done? What have I done?
Yeah. Sorry, you are stuck with us.
You'd pull the knickers forward, like, just to make sure. Like, that's what it is, isn't it? Just to make sure you don't wee on them, is it?
Well, see, that be happening as well. It's fairly dodgy. Whereas this, and if you're a man, do you know what? There's actually a show. Ever seen Naked Attraction?
Yeah.
Have you watched it? Do you watch it?
once,
You dirty
twice,
pervert.
maybe. It's a bit.
Yeah,
I watched it with ourselves. I watched it with ourselves and went, "You're not going to believe. You're not going to believe what show was." And I said, "Would you look at this?"
I know. Could you imagine what you call it? Could you imagine an Irish version of it? Could you imagine an Irish version? Imagine some fella there from Ballyfahan or something with everything out on that show. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking. My mother will be listening to this, so I'm going to stop talking dirty like that. Speaking of men, I think that Julie might have a date ahead of me.
So the only cock that I have hanging around me anyway at the moment is my peacock in my sitting room. I'm actually after me left on fucking red.
Go, are you serious now?
I swear to God. So I didn't tell Brenda this, and Brenda didn't tell me about her mystery man yet either. But yeah, so yeah, I'm actually after me left on fucking red.
Well, for people, fill in the listeners who mightn't have seen your stories, fill them in. You matched a guy you're back on Tinder, matched a guy.
So I matched a guy last Friday, it's now Thursday, and ever since we've been texting non-stop, and I was actually fucking in love with him. I was like, this is him now, I'll have him up here in 2 fucking years.
Yeah.
Usual. And then I tells Insta, and I tells the whole fucking world, and I jinxes myself, and now he's actually gotten very, very cold on me.
But I know he asked you out on a date and you were freaking out over that. What was the latest after that? He added you on Snapchat, you did the odd stalk. Were you stalking the wrong fella as well though?
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ. So this is the fucking thing with me. So he told me his name, we call him John Murphy. So I looked John Murphy up on Facebook, then I found him, stalked him. Like when I say now stalked, I went back by 5 years. I started taking screenshots then of him like 5 years ago. And I sent it to Brenda. I was like, what do you think of him? And you were like, he's your type, Julie. And it turned out I was on the wrong fucking Facebook page.
Whatever fella that was, he was so your type.
He was handsome, but it was the wrong fella. Anyways, found the right John Murphy. He's handsome as well. But anyways, texting away, and now he's just actually leaving me on red.
But he did ask you for a date, didn't he? What you say to that?
So I was kind of just ignoring that part because I didn't really want to go out with him this week. Just number one, because I'm a fucking fridge and I'm scared. And number two, because I have so many marks and stuff on my face over the surgery and whatever. So I was trying to kind of fucking hold it off, but he's actually getting very cold there now the last day or two.
What was the last message?
He asked me, he was like, oh, so he's actually working locally to me, and he was like, oh, you'll have to make me lunch one of the days. And I was like, oh yeah, no hassle. In the back of my mind I was like, oh well, yeah. But
as if.
Yeah.
Well, see, this is the thing, right? Would you not text me and go, hi, no. Are you stubborn? This is the thing, I'm the exact same. But I said to the lads at work earlier, right? Men don't care about that kind of thing. You know the way we're like, I'm not texting him until he texts me. They don't think like that. She don't, Damien. They don't think like that. Damien. I'm saying men, he don't think. You know, when a woman's like, well, it's different now because you're married, right? But you know the way if a woman is like, oh, he hasn't texted me, so I'm going to wait till he texts, he's on to me. He don't care. He don't even think like that, do you?
Yeah, we don't really care, you know.
See, don't care.
You don't think. I was just thinking about what I'm going to eat in a few minutes. You know, like
I know, yeah, you meant to be
these are the troubles we have.
But Julie, this right? Story anyway. Yeah, go on. Go on.
Do you know what? We were texting on Snapchat, and we had that Snapchat streak.
Yeah. That was
even texting
so much.
It's look. It's the fucking timer yoke. It's going. It's going, and we're best friends. We have we have 5 flames, and now we have the timer thing.
But you know what, as well, I think is hilarious. He asked you, were you on social media? What did you say?
I said, I don't use it that much.
And then overall, 250,000 followers between TikTok and Instagram. No, I don't
dip
really
in and out of it there at the odd time. I don't really use it.
That's what I always say that as well. I'm like, I don't really use it much at all, or else I'm not on it. No, I'm not really on. The minute I match with the minute they're getting hidden, There's no way they're seeing my carry-on out of the question.
He's blocked. He was blocked since fucking day one. Blocked from everything. And I was like, I don't really use Insta. Add me there on Snapchat. So we've been texting on Snapchat. I can't have him fucking find me on Instagram or TikTok.
Do you see, the thing is, then you're like, feck it, is he using the friends account to watch you? See, there's that in it as well.
I know, because all he has to say is Julie, twins.
Julie,
and it's like, yeah.
But we will take, and see, the thing is, and I'm guilty of this too, you're talking about him on your Instagram, right?
I know.
But I do it too. I'm probably caught doing it. I talked about your man on the podcast here, and now you're talking about him on the podcast. So what are we doing to ourselves? My story anyway is, I know, and I didn't tell you, and I have said nothing to any of my followers or the listeners, but this is my, do you know what? I'm kind of sick of him now. I'm a bit disgusted with him anyway, right? So I've him blocked on my page because I'm actually now using the dog's account to go and find him and look him up at times, because I'm there to my friends. I've Winston's account, right, which is dormant because the poor feck is at home Ballydessin with mother and father. But like, I was there going, give me your phone there because I need to check to see any stories up or where is he and all this kind of stuff, because he's definitely in London, right? He's definitely in London. But then I was like, oh my God, if the dog's account. So obviously, if he's gone on his stories, he's seen this little red dash hunt looking at his stories. So I actually had on Winston's account. My parent is at Brenda's Bits, parent. I was like, delete that fucking thing. There was a photo of me with the dog, deleted it off, put it into archive. So obviously, I was like, there's no trace that I own this little dog who's watching your stories. Yeah. So every so often there now I'll go on and see the stories. But I saw him out the other night. Oh God, if he's listening to this, it's all over. But anyway, I saw him out the other night and I was gone off him, right?
You seen him in person out like?
No, on his stories. And I was gone
off him,
but then I saw the stories and he looked really good and he had a beard. And I was very bad over him again. But the latest with him is, right? So the last update with him was he wanted to take me out for dinner when I came back from Ireland, right? Because he wouldn't go. Yeah. I was like, can you just not go for a coffee? What's this big deal with the dinner? I can't be doing a dinner first date. I can't be doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And my friends here don't get it. So anyway, we said we'd chat on my return. And I haven't texted him yet, or he hasn't texted me. And that's all it is. That's all it is. But you know what I'm going to do now? I said, that fucker. I said, I'll give him till today now at work. I was like, I'm going to text him and go, hey, stranger. Hey, stranger. Isn't it cool out? Oh, hey, stranger. But really mean isn't hey, stranger. But I'll do it tomorrow now. I'll text him tomorrow because the girls at work were even kind of like, men don't think like that. Just text him. Life's too short. So I will text him tomorrow. But to distract myself, I will back on Bumble, right?
I've seen that.
And yeah, I matched with another fella who is a film editor working on Netflix. What are the chances of that?
Oh, yeah. I see that on your Instagram stories.
What are the chances? But like, he's grand. He's half German, half Irish. I'm into the all Germans. I kind of like the all, the non-Irish for some reason. Oh, no, he's half Irish. Sorry. There's a bit of Irish in himself. And then some other bloke, I don't know, he's a bit boring anyway. When they text and you're like, oh, I've left him on red. I just Casper
there's dry as fuck, I hate those ones.
There's nothing there. So that's the latest on your man, the Israeli. And you know what? He's probably listened to one of the podcasts and go, I can't meet that lunatic. I
should my fella try sense there. Could you imagine my fella, right? I googled him, see if he was ever in the Cork pages or anything. Could you imagine if my fella googled me, Julie, twins, Cork? She's one fucking Egypt. Fuck her. She's one ugly bitch. She's what? She excellent. Your man, no wonder he ran for the fucking hills.
But you know what? The first story that would probably come up with you is the RAP story. Finding out your mum was a catfish. So he'll definitely think you're a stalker, grade 1 stalker. 100%, he'll definitely think. I know, but listen, we'll just hopefully you'll have an update. Do you know what now? Grow up and you text him again, and I'm going to text your man. Damien's nodding. I'm going to text your man tomorrow. Go ahead.
You won't seem desperate anyway. Just do it.
All right, Damien, just because you're married, you got the ring of the finger there.
I know, it's glad for you to say that.
Hard man.
Yeah, I went for a fucking smear test today. I'd say bats flew out of me. I'd say fucking bats flew out when she was trying to test me. Nah, I'm like, oh, here we go again.
tis fairly well, it's the thought of it, isn't it, more than anything? Sorry, no, Damien. It's the thought. Do you know what? For any girls listening, though, it's a very important thing to get done, and it's not as bad as you think for any listeners who are shitting it to get it done. Because June, there's women our age, right, who haven't gotten one, and they're afraid to get it.
I know, and it's actually not, as you said, it's not that bad.
No.
It's just the thought of it, like anything's the thought. But like look at me, fucking bats flew out of my fucking hoo-ha today, and I still fucking went.
And you know what? It's the thing as well, right? The nurse is telling you, relax. Your fuck is the last place you're relaxing is down there.
Yeah.
Like,
and then she said, she goes to me, I can't find it. I was like, 2 minutes there, put on my Google Maps for you. I might have to call another nurse. I was like, open up Google Maps, you won't be long finding it. And then she says, make a fist. And I was like, okay. And she was like, I'll actually fucking punch you now at this stage. Now sit on your fists. I was like, nah, get me out of here.
That's very weird. Sit on your fists.
They couldn't find my fucking cervix.
Oh my God. That will tell you know how long you've seen action, girl.
I tell you now, girl. I tell you. So yeah, that's how bad I am. That's what single life does to you.
Well, do you know what now? You're going to have to text your man, right? I promise we'll make a pact, right? I'm going texting him tomorrow. Hey, stranger, but really mean, why the fuck? Which translate, why the fuck haven't you texted me?
Yeah,
right? Yeah. What do you say?
I'm just looking for you there, R.I.P. My speciality. Stage 12 stalker. Oh, lad.
Well, we'll make a pact. I'm going to do it anyway. Hold on now. Do you know what as well? You know when you're waiting for a text from a fella and, you'll get this now. And you're waiting for the WhatsApp and it's fucking someone else all the time. And you're like, what the fuck does she want now? You're waiting
That was you yesterday. Yeah, we were kind of texting and it was very slow and I'd see my phone light up and I'd like, yes, this is when I go over. Brenda, how many fucking groups am I in with you? Every fucking group was going off. I'm like, I'm actually going to block this bitch.
Oh, sorry.
And then you made up a new group then yesterday. Paris. Yeah. I was like, I will fuck her off the Eiffel Tower when I go out there with her.
Yeah, there was the Paris one as well. Yeah, sorry about that. Well, don't you WhatsApp me now tomorrow evening because I'm going texting your man, hey stranger.
Okay, I'll text my fella at the same time, so as you.
Yeah, but what I'm going to do is, right, I don't know, well, this where I know, like, don't be playing games, but I'm going to do, hey stranger, right? He'll reply. Yeah. I'm wondering what's worse. See, I shouldn't be doing this, but I have to do it. Will I bother open it or open it? Will I bother open it? Or will I, what's worse, will I open and reply? Open it and not reply, because I'm not replying straight away. I'm going to pretend that I'm sorry, I forgot about you there. I am. I have to. I can't be normal. I have to play a game like.
Yeah, I know. I think it's the same. Although I'd be itching to text back, but I actually have to leave him on red as well.
You have to leave him. I'm going to do it as well. I'm gonna leave until this Saturday. What's worse, Damien? If I go in, right? If I read it and not reply or not bother read it, which one? Which one would it piss you off more?
Oh, the read and not reply.
Oh, we'll do that. So.
Red, so he's gonna. What are they going to be, Jule? Left on red. Left on red. Right, that's enough about them anyway. But do you know what as well? I'd love to have been able to come on the podcast and go, yeah, we met up. He was texting me all the time and all this kind of stuff when I was in Ireland. But you know what? I shared the story on here. I'm going to be honest about it. You know what I mean? I don't care. A lot of really kind of not nice stuff has happened and I'm willing to share it on here. You know what I mean? Some people might be like, oh, good enough for her now. Where was she going thinking some lad from Netflix was going to meet her? But I do think we're going to meet. But you know what the funny thing is? Since I came back to London, right? There's a load of similar looking men to him. So he's not that exotic to me anymore. When he was in Ireland, he was really, wow. You know, because... Yeah. But then when I came back here, I actually thought I saw him coming off the tube when I landed in Liverpool Street. It was like, is that him? They're everywhere. They all look... there's a similar look going on. So he's not that important anyway. He's not even... As I keep saying, he's not even that great looking, you know, until I look at a picture of him. Then I'm in love with him, you know, I'm married after him.
We are delighted to announce that we have a new sponsor on board, the award-winning Aylesbury Clinic. Recognised as one of Ireland's leading aesthetic clinics, they have 2 fabulous premises, one in Cork and one in Dublin. At the moment, they are doing 2 Profilo treatments for €500 continuing until the end of March, and as always offer a free skin consultation and skin health plan with their nurses and consultants. Profilo is the most innovative of the new injectable moisture treatments, and it has been shown in clinical tests to not just improve hydration in the skin, but to boost the skin's elasticity and collagen levels too. There are so many pain-free and relatively quick aesthetic treatments to choose from now that can rejuvenate the skin, soften fine lines and wrinkles, help improve irregular pigmentation, tighten sagging skin, and create volume. Book your complimentary skin consultation and in-depth skin analysis with one of our Aylesbury skin specialists who will map out your customised personal skin health plan. Visit their website aylesburyclinic.ie, or you can follow them on Instagram aylesbury_clinic.
So this girl got onto me during the week, and it was a bit of a dilemma she had. And basically she was saying that she fancies her dad's surgeon. He's on Tinder and Bumble. He keeps showing up. She's afraid to like him because she'll still have to see him at appointments with her dad. And she's saying it could be a conflict of interest, so I don't want to like him. What should she do? Now, the dad is going to be okay, and she's not going to have to see the surgeon. He's not going to have to see the surgeon for much longer. Right? So I don't know about you, Julie, but imagine there now, we'll say at the time someone was looking after your own dad, right? And it was a surgeon, whatever, and you fancied him and he kept coming up on Bumble and Tinder and stuff like that. What would you do?
Match him.
Wouldn't you? I'd go for it too. I'd worry about the consequences after.
But what however you say, what consequences would there be, like?
Well, I think the fact that we'll say she's going to be going into the hospital, and imagine you're after liking someone and there you're mortified then.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but no, I think a surgeon is actually quite sexy because he's quite powerful, like, isn't he? Like,
very
you
sexy.
You could fix the problem here now, you know, whatever's going on with her dad, you know. Oh,
yeah.
I like that.
I do like an all surgeon. Do you ever go out with any doctors or anything like that?
No, did you?
I went out with a gynecologist, I swear to God, before. Just
did you?
Yeah.
Oh, was he very good with your hoo-ha?
During the pandemic, no. My friend came with me, Alison. I made her come in the car with me for the date, so it was nearly like Una Healy's thing, like a bit of a threesome, a throuple.
Yeah.
But I don't know, is that true at all? But I was like, he was Syrian. He was a lovely lad. Actually, it was during the pandemic. We got up to all sorts during the pandemic. But gynecologist, and I just had a feckin' flashback. Oh my Lord. During the pandemic. This came to me the other night, and I was like, did I imagine that? Remember, I met a guard during the pandemic, right? And I
remember
swear
that,
to God, yeah, I had, no, not him, another one, in the Garda car, who took me around the Garda car during the date.
I'd love that.
Let me drive the Garda car. Let me drive the Garda car.
What?
Let me drive the Garda car. The Macroom Killarney Road, honest to God, put on the sirens and everything. Your man would get the sack 100% if they heard who it was. A gas man. Used to be having a few drinks down the station and all. This fella was wild, right? Will not name who it is. But this is true as God. We were coming back through Rylan. No, not Rylan. No, it was, what's the place where that woman out, it's at Dripsy. We were passing Dripsy. And this is true as God, no. He, got a call. You know, the station was calling him, and wasn't there a fella with a shotgun on the loose or something down in Rylan, right, which is out of the country a bit. So obviously he was like, he had to go to the Rylan or wherever it was with the shotgun. Yeah, but sure, he was in the car with him. He was going to throw me out inside the road in the middle of Dripsy. So he got as far as Ballincollig. What are the chances? He put on the lights and everything, like going 70, 80 miles an hour and everything. Left me off on the side of the road in Ballincollig. Then got rid of me. Never spoke to him since.
Stop it! Why not? Did you not text him? I'd be weak now for him.
No, I think it's because, like, he would have, if people knew what had happened, he'd get in the height of trouble. Because obviously, I drove the Garda car. We went on a date in the Garda car. He was late for a crime scene, possibly because nothing happened in the end. But I had a flashback out. I was like, oh my God, that actually happened. But anyway, we'll have to do something actually on your worst and best dates as well, if people want to let us know their most random dates. Or do you know what's a good one as well? Most random places people have gotten it on.
Yeah.
Like, as in,
Jesus.
I'm not going to say where mine is now, but where would yours be? Where would yours be, Damien? Are you married? You're allowed to say? Not allowed to say. I'm not going to say, Julie, because you know what I mean? I only go around, I'm very good that way. So we'll have to get people to let us know where they've got. People have like cinemas and all that kind of stuff.
They can't anymore. There's cameras in there. They used to be cameras. Now there's like infrared cameras now in them. Isn't there?
Nowadays, is there in the cinemas? Is
there? Night vision cameras in cinemas now.
Oh, is there, Damien? God. Is that?
Oh yeah. There has to be for health and safety. Like I mean, security reasons. If you ever look at the cinema and look up into the corners, you'll see the cameras up there.
Wow.
Oh shit! What?
No. I didn't do any of that carry on inside there anyway. Definitely not. They do the cinema. No, yeah. Have a think about yours, Julie. Maybe towards the end of the podcast we'll go to that. But I'm going to go back to that girl's story. Well, actually, it was very 50-50 with people saying that she should like him, and if a lot of people saying if she thinks he's her type, then people are saying avoid. Someone said here, I defo mention it to the dad also. I wouldn't be saying nothing to the dad.
I wouldn't say nothing until I knew it was quite serious. Then I might pull the dad aside and be like, oh, come here, it was actually your surgeon from whatever.
Yeah. Then someone else says, avoid until your dad doesn't need him anymore. I believe in that one as well. Swipe right. YOLO, like him, go for it, sure. You only live the once, as we say in Derry. What's living the once? What's live the once? What's that mean? They say in Derry. It's a Derry saying.
We only live once. No? Is that what she means?
Yeah, maybe so. And then someone says, look at Peter Andre and his surgeon's daughter living happily ever after. I never knew that he met her because it was, his dad's daughter. Hold on. Peter Andre. Oh, maybe Peter Andre's was going in for surgery and then it was, or did Peter Andre's wife look after her? I'm going to have to Google that. And then someone says, life is short. What's the worst that can happen? Another one here, set her Tinder to 2 kilometers and whoever comes up then is who has liked her. Part 2, if he has swiped for her then means she won't swipe first. Thank me later. Did you ever hear that?
No.
They've all the tricks here. I tried doing that before, but you know what's the worst? When you do swipe for someone you might know and you're like, oh, he definitely likes me then, and then there's nothing. You're like, all right.
And then if he was after paying for Tinder Plus or whatever, it would come up that you liked him.
Oh, and do you ever pay for Tinder Plus or Bumble Plus? I did before, and I tell you now, never again. Worst 20 euros I ever spent. I was like, are you for real?
What you get?
I got I can't even say what it was, to be honest. Don't do it, whatever you do, because you'll have a really low estimation of yourself.
Oh, for fuck's sake, no.
Really, really low estimation of it. Like, I don't know about you, but I would attract a certain genre. I think you'd be the same.
Yeah, fucking assholes.
Well, yeah, I kind of, the all creators are the kind I'd attract, kind of a God help us kind of thing. Actually, this is something I was chatting about. I was chatting to someone about this, right? Do you think, and Damien, you can come in on this as well, right? Do you think, if you sleep, I'm not planning any of this, okay? But if you sleep with someone the first night, what are the chances? Does the man think less of you, or does the woman think less of the man? Or what are the chances they will end up together?
I think those days are gone. Like,
I kind of do too, because I've 2 very good friends who are now married, and they slept with the fella the first night. And I mean, I'm all for female empowerment and all that kind of stuff, but the way you might be waiting to sleep with someone, and then does it matter? Is it there? Do you know? Does it matter?
I don't think so. Not anymore. I don't think it does. I think those days are gone. Years ago, it was like, you're never going to marry her. Well, those days are gone.
Yeah.
Julie? Yeah, I agree. I think those days are well gone, like.
They are, aren't they? I think it's just, it's like, well, especially, you'd never really hear a man, I'm going to wait now to the 4th time till I meet her now until we sleep together. Would you ever hear that? You wouldn't, like. You'd be looking far now for a fella to be like that.
Yeah, do you know now? It's different. Like, if I met your man in over the weekend for a coffee, like, I wouldn't be like, oh, come back to my house. But there was off nights there. Like, you'd be out and you might meet somebody at the bar or whatever, and you get langers drunk. Do you know? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if it's just a coffee, I don't think I'd be like, come on, like, let's go back to my house or whatever. Like, but if I was out drinking, it's different, isn't it?
Yeah, like you could. It all depends on the circumstance. Like one of my friends, she happily married now, 3 kids, you know, and then you could have other people, and they might be waiting a couple of weeks, whatever, even months, and then they might sleep together, and your man has no interest anymore. So I think. You know, I'm just curious. That's all. If there are any listeners and they did get together like that the first night and are still married and have kids or whatever, or even better, if they actually got together and the girl ended up having his baby after the first night and still together, that happens as well.
Yeah.
So it was just a thought I had. That was it. I think that's all the bits I had anyway to say. Before we go, I just want to give a quick shout out. I feel like I'm an oldies and Irish here now. To my sister-in-law, Trina's mother, Joan. She used to be a teacher in my school. She never taught me, thanks be to God for her. But she's a big fan of the podcast. I'd be mortified then when she says it in front of my mother. Because you have your mother banned from listening to it, Jewel.
I have her blocked from, my Instagram, and I have her banned from listening to this podcast.
Yeah, you see, I can't block my mother from my Instagram. She likes following it. She does, in fairness. The creator the other day, she goes to me, actually, how do you see who's looking at your stories? And I was, well, you can't see it all because you don't put anything up. Do you know, she was, you know, I was like, you don't put anything up. But no, I'd never block the mother. But then sometimes I'm like, when she said that, when Joan said that in front of my mother, I was like, oh, girl, please don't listen. Please don't listen. Please don't. But you know what? She knows what I'm like anyway. So mother, if you are listening, hi, girl. I call her girl all the time. So yeah,
and well, you know, talking about mothers, right?
Yeah.
There's an article anyway went up about me during the week on some page, and I never go into the fucking comments. My mom's seen the article. The first thing she does into the comments, and they were trolling me as always, and they had mentioned my mom, and my mom is fucking weak for herself. Weak!
Oh my God. Was Paula getting a troll? Was Paula getting a troll?
She wasn't getting trolled. She was like, someone wrote, and you wouldn't mind, but Julie never has the kids. They're always with her mom. And she's like, Julie, she was telling me, she's like, and they think I always have them. Isn't that great? I said, Mom. She's like, is that just brilliant? No, they say I always have them. Like you do.
Oh,
you do.
Paula! Oh my God! She didn't send you the comments, did she? When people do that, you're like, "What the fuck are you sending me the comments for?"
Oh, I tell you, what else did she say? Now I was laughing. I only met her earlier for a cup of tea, and she's like, "Julie, wait till I tell you." I says, "What?" She goes, "They said on the comment section that I always have the kids." I was like, "Yeah, that's what they're saying now." I said, "Brilliant, girl."
Delighted with life. Do you know what annoys me though is kind of, do you know what? We're not going to talk too much about trolling before we head off. But what I think is, you know, people are like, come here, do you see the comments there about you? And they wouldn't be great. I don't want to see fucking comments about myself. This one time they said on the Echo I was the most hated woman in Cork. What am I, Brenda bin Laden or something? Like, seriously, what the hell did I do? The most hated woman in Cork. I went to laugh. I was like, I just spilled my guts out here about being ghosted of a boyfriend for 3 years, and I'm the most hated woman in Cork. But anyway, you're the second most hated now, Julie, that you've anything to do with me. But anyway, for our listeners as well, before we go, we are delighted to be setting up a Patreon. So many other podcasts have set them up, and we need to buy, like, we've made no money out of this podcast so far. We've actually had to pay for we've had to pay a good bit of money towards the podcast. So for like buying equipment and all that kind of stuff, we just need to set up a Patreon to put it towards that. And we'll have like exclusive bits, and we'll have more news next week, but we promise there's going to be exclusives. Like, Julie, one of your exclusives, what are you going to give on the podcast?
So Owen has a recording of me. On the Patreon, yeah. So Owen has a recording of me out in Turkey just after coming around from my sedation and stuff, talking absolute bollocks. Like, I'm actually all over the place. So we'll upload that. We'll upload that.
I have a few other bits as well that include that fecker, that Israeli fecker. But anyway, we'll put that up as well. I know I'm allergic there. Now he'll text me back tomorrow and I'll be all about him. The usual way. Yeah, so there'll be exclusive bits, and anyone who does sign up for the Patreon, we really do appreciate it. And again, it's just going to be put towards stuff for the podcast, and we've had a few issues with sound and all that. We've now Damien on board to help with the sound. So Damien, thank you very much. We hope we didn't frighten you away for the first podcast, did we?
I'm gonna.
Speechless.
I don't
Jesus
even
Christ,
think I'll sleep.
Damien.
I don't even think I'll sleep tonight.
No, I'd say you won't. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so we just want to thank everyone because at times our sound, Julie, we have been a small bit annoyed over the sound of podcast. So thanks to everyone who has stuck by us so far.
Yeah, and we are improving. We're very new, like we're only 2 months in or something like that. So it's just teething problems, and we are finding our feet.
And I'm very mean. I'm going to be a mean producer for them, so I'm going to give out to them. So we'll be fixing bits and pieces as we go on. So
I was actually in Damien's kitchen earlier. He was showing me how to use the mic properly, how to plug it in properly, how to turn up the volume, how to turn it down. So Damien is he's a great man now to have on board.
Julie be going into sound engineering now next. Yeah,
I doubt that. It took us 14 minutes there for me to set up the mic. Jamie's like, I just told you 3 hours ago. I'm like, I know.
Yeah, we had a false start last night. We were meant to do it last night, and sure Christ, not. But anyway, we're still here. We're getting there. Thanks to everyone for listening. We'll be back next week with more fun, more lulls. So from me, Brenda Dennehy, I'll say goodbye.
And me, Julie Haynes. We'll see you all next week.
Right.